Good afternoon. Here is the midday news on OGBC. My name is Emmanuel Adebanjo. First, the major advising new ministers to be focused. The Inspector General of Police has summoned senior officers over detention of minors. In the US, Democratic and Republican candidates make final campaign push before polls. President Bola Tinubu on Monday reminded the seven new ministers that they will be abused and criticized, but they should remain focused and distracted. President Tinubu gave the reminder while swearing in the ministers at the villa in Abuja that his administration has stopped scavengers of the nation's resources and will completely do the same thing to profiteers and smugglers across the country. The president said he was obvious of the fact that costs of living has gone up, adding that the current situation calls for a very serious commitment. The federal government has reaffirmed its dedication to minimize environmental waste and promoting a circular economy, supporting sustainable development at a sensitization workshop in City Judiciary on Circular Economy on Monday. He emphasized the judiciary's vital role in advancing environmental sustainability and fostering a circular economy transition. The minister stressed that Nigeria's transition to a circular economy is crucial for achieving sustainable development goals and honoring global commitments. The Senate Committee on Defense says investments in security and the armed forces of Nigeria will be too much for a country to bear. The committee's chairman, Senator Ahmad Lawal, said this while speaking with newsmen after an oversight visit to the Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Jaji in Kaduna on Monday. Senator Lawal said security and armed forces continue to receive the attention that currently benefits them. He stated that at the Red Chamber, they consider the AFCSC as one of the most important institutions that provides training and education for the nation's military. Senior officers, including all DCS, CID, and heads of investigation units, over the welfare of younger protesters identified to be minors while they were in police detention. The development comes following a nationwide outrage over the arraignment of the minors at the Federal High Court on Friday. Public Relations Officer CP Olumewa Adejobi on Monday made it known that IG Egbetokun has ordered a thorough investigation into how minors were treated. He also said the report of the investigation has been declared to the IGP, who is currently away in Glasgow, where he is currently participating in the Interpol General Assembly. The protesters, who were charged with treason, looked malnutritioned when they appeared in court 3 months after they were arrested during the August hunger protests. Nigerians have been assured of the current administration at the irrigation and flood prevention purposes across the country. The Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Engineer Joseph Yustef, gave the assurance during an evaluation visit to Shangari Dam in Sokoto State on Monday as part of a broader review of dams in Nigeria. He noted that many dams in the country are aging and require maintenance and upgrades. Engineer Yustef said that the visit to various dams nationwide aimed to their conditions and evaluate their safety for potential flood control and economic benefits. You are listening to the Midday News on OGBC 90.5 FM. Democratic presidential candidate Ms. Kamala Harris and a Republican counterpart Mr. Donald Trump made the final case on Monday, hours before Election Day, when voters will either choose America's first woman president or hand the Republican an unprecedented comeback likely to rattle the world. with posts showing a dead heat. Mr. Trump promised to lead the United States to new heights of glory, while Harris said the momentum is on our side as the rival held their last rallies of the 2024 race in crucial battleground states. The Democratic vice president finished on a high note in Philadelphia and the most-win state of Pennsylvania, with a rally on the steps immortalized by the boxing movie Rocky. Fined Facebook parent Meta over $15 million for illegally collecting sensitive user information with advertisers. CEO's Personal Information Protection Commission, the firm, which also owns Instagram, ran afoul of laws prohibiting the use of information on political opinions, religious belief, and people's sex life unless the individual provides explicit consent. It added that the tech giant collected sensitive information from about 980,000 domestic users in South Korea through their Facebook profiles. Israel's envoy to the United Nations, Ambassador Dano, on Monday accused Turkey of malice after Ankara submitted a letter signed by 52 countries calling for a halt in arms deliveries to Israel over the war in Gaza. The ambassador pointed out that what else can be expected from a country whose actions are driven by malice in an attempt to create conflict with the support of the axis of evil countries. Turkey's foreign ministry said it had submitted the letter to the United Nations with the signatories including the Arab League and the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. According to reports, Israel has faced international criticism for the conduct of its war in Gaza, where its offensive has killed at least 43,374 people. Most of them are civilians. Syria's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and expatriates has called on the United Nations to act following Israeli airstrikes on south of the Syrian capital Damascus, which a human rights monitor said have killed two persons and left five others wounded. According to reports, the attack on Monday evening involved Israeli warplanes hitting a number of civilian sites south of Damascus, resulting in material losses. The Israeli enemy launched an air attack from the direction of the occupied Syrian Golan. Syria's foreign ministry condemned the latest attack, calling the Israeli missile strikes on civilian areas criminal and urged UN members to take swift action in halting Israeli aggression and holding it accountable. On sports, action returns and the morning spinning UEFA Champions League with 9 games on the card. Holders Real Madrid will host AC Milan at the Bernabeu, while Juventus travel to Lille Metropole and Liverpool host Bayer Leverkusen. Former winners Manchester City visit Sporting Lisbon. Monaco lock horns with Bologna and RB Leipzig visits Celtic in Scotland. At the Signal Iduna Park, Borussia Dortmund will host Storm Graz. Girona travel to PSV, and Slovan Bratislava go ahead to head with Dynamo Zagreb. The socio-economic development of the country requires concerted efforts. Play your own part. To end the midday news, another look at the major items. President Bola Tinubu at the swearing-in of the seven new ministers at the Villa, Abuja on Monday advised them to be focused and not be distracted by abuse or criticism. The Inspector General of Police has summoned senior officers over the welfare of minors protesters while they were in detention. We also heard that Democratic presidential candidate Ms. Kamala Harris and her Republican counterpart Mr. Donald Trump on Monday made their final case before the presidential election this Tuesday. The midday news was edited by Elizabeth Kuforiji and broadcast from OGBC Abeokuta. For exams and the latest news updates, visit our website at ogunradio.ng. Follow us on Facebook at Ogun Radio Abeokuta and on X at OGBC 90.5 FM. You can also listen to OGBC on the Radio Garden.